Well, hello friends, long time no chat, but as you saw from my last video, I took a much needed break from filming, from editing, and now it is time to get back to work, back to your regularly scheduled program. So it is still art season here in the wood shop, so we are going to spend the whole week together building wood art, getting ready for basically my last art show of the year. So I'm really excited. I have a few backers already started. We're going to be making some scroll saw art, a couple smaller pieces, a larger piece, and we're going to be continuing to work on some fall craft items, intermix the art pieces as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I had completely forgotten about these white oak slats I had already cut for mosaic building, so it was so nice to find these, and I knew it would be perfect for building this mosaic. So since this is going to be a scroll art piece, I knew the middle needed to be pretty basic, while the ends I wanted to be intricate and really see the full design. So I just started jumping in and building. Again, sometimes I sketch mosaics beforehand, sometimes I do not. This is one I definitely did not. I just started building and did what made sense to me at the time. If you've watched my videos for a little while, you know I desperately need a router table, and here's the thing, I have one. I just haven't broken it out because I'm scared. So maybe, you know, throw a little encouragement out there so I don't have to sand every single piece like I am still doing with every mosaic. Okay, so all the mosaic pieces are in a really good spot, so they are sanded and placed. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach them to the backer right now. I just, don't want to lose any of the pieces, and I think it's going to make it easier for me to continue to build out the inside build. Normally I build from the middle out, but this one I decided to do a little bit different because it's going to have a scroll piece on it on the middle. And so the middle doesn't really need to be that intricate and detailed, so I started from the ends, which is a different way of building than I normally do, but I think it's going to turn out good, so I will show you what we got. So like I said, ends are a little more intricate, so I have these cool cut triangle designs, and then the middle is probably going to be pretty simple, maybe running a couple slats like through the middle, maybe a little intricate work on the corners once I get there, just because I'm imagining like a big flower leafy thing going on here in the middle. So we're going to attach those ends and then continue building. The bottoms glued down. I'll show you guys here. Started a little bit on the middle, but like I said, I don't think the middle needs to be anything crazy or drastic, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the middle. And I've talked about this before, but sometimes I draw mosaics ahead of time, sometimes I don't. This is obviously, I didn't draw it, I'm just building it as we go. Moose is barking. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to build the middle and what makes the most sense. I don't need to go above and beyond crazy, I just need to fill the space. I like the bottom. I would like to do something intricate here, I think, on these sides, but this is going to be pretty plain. So we're going to keep building and see what we come up with. Good morning from the shop. I am going to give you a little update while I have my morning coffee and just let you know where the projects are sitting. I'm getting a little nervous. It is Wednesday. I do have to leave Friday afternoon, so that really means I have like 2 more days to finish things. So as you saw, the backer is complete other than like a couple tiny strips that I need to fill in to those holes, which I'll cut down today. We need to cut down the 3 backers. We need to get the pieces cut for the art pieces shaped and primed today. That is goal number 1. If those don't happen today, the pieces aren't making it. So I'm gonna try my darndest to work on shaping and just getting things ready to paint. And then basically paint needs to go flawless tomorrow, or again, they cannot come with me. That's a lot of pressure, but we're gonna make it work. So I tried something different last night, and so I'm not gonna call this like scroll saw art because I'm not cutting it on the scroll saw, even though I drew it blah 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 blah. I'm cutting it on the laser and double stacking it. Let me pull a piece so you guys can see an example. Okay, so example is I double cut all the pieces on the laser, and what I'm gonna do is just stack the pieces together, glue them with super glue obviously, and then shape them this way. So this is one I glued together yesterday, so you can see the thickness is there, and when I paint it, I don't think you'll be able to tell that it's 2 pieces, but what I'm finding, and I don't know if this was a Emily oops, probably was, one of the cuts seems slightly bigger than the other, and I'm thinking it either might have been the laser was already hot or like the material was already hot, so maybe it burned a little bit more excess off, making it seem a little bit smaller because it's ever so slightly. And again, I'm hoping I can fix it with shaping, but that is how I am getting the pieces for this specific piece. It just seemed like this would be a little bit faster for the pinch I'm kind of running in, but like I said, maybe if it will focus here. There we go. I don't think that you can tell too much that it's 2 pieces. I mean, definitely not from the front, but I'm hoping once I like shape and paint the sides, you won't really be able to tell either. So that's what we got going on. We got a lot of pieces to glue, a lot of pieces to shape. So I cut the 2 smaller art pieces today. I literally drew the larger piece while those were cutting last night of what it's gonna look like. So a very, I don't know, I'm gonna say it's a peony. I really like peonies, obviously, but floral bouquet that's going to go right in the center of the white oak. And as I was just showing you it, I saw a line that was missing from my drawing. So again, I'm going to get this drawing over to the computer, send it to the laser, and then basically we're going to shape it and see how it works. And as always, my Eon partner link will be in the description, so if you're curious about lasers or in the market for a laser, please use my link because that will help me out. All right, let's get the day started and get some stuff moving in the shop. So I had to keep my iPad very handy, so I remembered where each piece goes for this project. Honestly, it really is like a full puzzle trying to put everything together. And while I was assembling the flower pieces, I also had my laser running to cut more trees for more small signs. So, you know, we're both working here, me and my Eon laser. So that's a good sign. Once I got everything glued together, it was the moment of truth to try and shape these double pieces. And honestly, a little spoiler alert, I didn't love it. I just found that it was hard for me to get the consistent smooth shape that I was used to. So I am going to keep playing with the laser settings. I think it's a user error, not a laser error. But we're going to keep playing around, and hopefully I'll have a video soon with the correct settings of how to cut all of this. And I honestly think that's the beauty of making. Like, we try things and sometimes they work, sometimes they do not. And it's really all just a giant experiment if you think about it. So if you're working on something and it's not working out how you envision it, just keep trying new things and experiment. Your way is going to be different than someone else's, and that is okay. Alright, just a little update. So today I felt like I was bouncing so much, unfortunately, but I am working on shaping the second piece. The first piece with the dahlia is already shaped and primed. It is 8 o'clock at night, so I'm working on shaping this. My goal is to get it shaped and primed tonight, and it really has to be primed tonight. And I cut a bunch on the laser, so the big piece is not getting done. I made the executive decision to just hold because I'm not loving how the stack cutting looks with the laser. You can see the seams on the sides. I need to play around with the laser a little bit more and see if I can cut maybe like 5/8 material or like 1/2 inch material. Actually, I have 3/8. 3/8 material would even work, but something a little thicker than the 1/4 inch that I can play with. One, getting the speed of the laser cut, but also getting the depth for shaping, because right now the answer is a scroll saw, and I'm gonna stick with that answer until I figure it out. But yeah, we're just shaping these. Hopefully it won't take me too long. I'm taking my good sweet time, unfortunately, but I need to get this done so we can get these pieces rolling, because tomorrow I will have to paint these, plus cut frames for everything, sand and stain frames for everything, and probably attach frames for everything. So we still have a lot to do before this art show this week, so yeah. We'll see what we can get done. Okay, so I just want to explain my painting method a little bit if you are using spray paint. So this one I'm doing a very like two-toned black and gold. So I think of each color as an end of my board. So this is going to be my black end and that is going to be my gold end. So any pieces that are completely black are going to be here. And then as we trickle up the board, pieces that start leaning towards gold, so like for example this piece, this side is going to be black but this side is going to be gold, I start to just kind of separate them, again keeping the black side towards this side of the board, the gold side towards that side of the board, just to help me remember what side I'm painting and what color it needs to be. So with this dahlia, I'm actually doing the tips gold and the inside of the petals black, so the tips will all be facing this way, and that just helps me again remember what colors go where. So if you guys are painting with spray paint, I do find this tip really handy, and just giving yourself enough space to complete the colors. It's a whole jigsaw puzzle when you go to put it back together. And this piece is going to be just strictly gold, so we are going to set that right at the top because I want that to be 100% gold. And what I was saying with the giving it space. So if I were to spray this black, it might touch some of these. So you just kind of want to space everything out as much as you can while still being cognizant of the color. So I hope that little tip helps. But we are ready to take this into painting. Good morning, guys. So it is Saturday morning. It is 6 a.m. Still kind of dark out, but we are headed to the show. Obviously, I did not do a good job finishing everything that I finished for this week. We did get the 2 art pieces finished, so I figured, oh, why not extend the vlog and take you on the road with me to the show. So we're headed there now. We still have to set everything up. Well, that's not true. We set up the tent and every fixture last night. So we still need to set up all the products this morning. Show doesn't start till 9, but I have an hour drive and they say people start shopping at 8 o'clock. So we need to get on the road so we can be semi-ready at 8. Definitely ready by 9, but let's get on the road. All right, officially made it to the tent. It is a little after 7, honestly. I'm hot. I just had to walk maybe a quarter of a mile to park my truck, but we got everything in the tent, so now we have to set up very, very fast. So let's get to it. Can you tell I had my coffee? I got all the energy now. As I say that, I find my coffee spilled on the ground. I went live on TikTok for about 40 minutes, so I got a good bit of the shelves set up, working on the walls. If you can hear, it started raining. I could tell my hair, I joke, is the best weather indicator, and it started to get frizzy and poofy, and I was like, I feel the rain in the air. So yeah, just gonna work on getting everything up. I'm pretty sure everything is out of the rain, as far as my shelves and stuff like that, but I'm fine with a little drizzle, but another rain weekend would be rough. Since it's raining and it's still early, I'm going to show you a couple of the new items for this show. So just one more chapter, Skeleton. This is a new one, so we're going to see how he sells. I made a bunch of the Skelly Lover signs, sold out of this at my last show, so hoping that this does well again today. It's raining decently hard right now. And of course, I don't bring any rain jacket, no umbrella, nothing. I have an umbrella in my truck, but yeah, not prepared at all. I just moved that shelf in. I'm noticing that anytime I do a rain show, the rain bounces onto the bottom shelves, so I can't really put anything on the bottom shelves just because I don't want it to get wet. But honestly, I feel like I'm missing a lot of product. I have one more tote, but I feel like I'm missing a good bit. I don't know what's going on here. I have unfortunately been known to forget totes of product, so I'm hoping that did not happen here. morning. So I did a awful job of filming yesterday. Luckily it was actually a pretty good day. It only rained in the morning and sales were pretty good. So unfortunately it's calling for thunderstorms when we're supposed to be packing up today. I got my hat on in preparation, and unfortunately all my neighbors pulled out, so my tent is kind of like by itself right now. But there were some people like moving their tents and booths, but mine is just like too heavy and too big. I cannot do that. So I am a lone island right now. I'm hoping that doesn't deter people from coming in or stopping to see my stuff. I don't think it will, because luckily I'm like right near the entrance where people come in, but we'll see. We'll see how today goes. I will update you guys hopefully a little bit more throughout the day than I did yesterday, and we will do a show recap when I get home tomorrow as well. So let's get the booth reassembled and put back together, and let's get this day started. Also, I realized a lot of people don't know this trick, and I learned it from another artist. So if you get water that collects in your tent corners, get yourself some pool noodles. If you see up in the corner, I have a pool noodle just basically like bent in the corner. That helps just pop the canvas up enough where it won't collect. And it is a lifesaver during rainy shows. It looks not the best. I hate how it looks, but it works. So if you have that issue, especially like this specific canopy, I know has a little bit more give in the canvas, so it does collect water. Get yourself some noodles. I forgot to say this too, but I did have a couple things that sold out. So I sold out of my 6x6 Midnight Forest sign. I'll put it here if you guys don't know it, but that's something that just lives on my website as like a general home item. And then I did sell out of the carved skeleton Never Enough books. Again, I'll put a picture here. That one was new for this show, so it was cool to see it sell out. I only had 3 or 4, I don't even remember, so I didn't even have that many, but it's cool to see a new design sell out the first day we bring it out. So I thought I was running late and I was not going to get my morning coffee. Luckily I found a truck that had coffee, smoothies, and acai bowls. Like, look how beautiful that is. Normally when you go to shows, the food is like greasy and like not good for you. So this is a delight to find this at a show. And I brought a bunch of snacks, but this is gonna be my breakfast, maybe lunch. Just a little booth update. I sold out of the skeleton coffees. I only have 2 left of the bat sign, only 1 left of the Skelly Lovers, and only 2 left of the Have the Day You Deserve. So a lot of the spooky signs sold. I'm looking very, very empty, very, very thankful. Let's see what's going on this side. Again, very empty. Only 1 more of the Just One Chapter. But again, these are all launching August 31st on the website. So if you guys are watching this around then, you can grab one then, because I'm gonna have to make a lot more. Oh, and I sold out of all the mini forests and mountains. As you can see, I literally just don't even have products to fill the holes, which is a problem, something I need to work on, but again, a great problem to have. All right, a little midday update. So the weather has held off. Looking at the radar, I think we're gonna look out, and I cannot believe it. All my neighbors pulled out, like I said, and last time I pulled out of show, if you watched that vlog, it didn't even freaking rain. So I was like, it's not happening again. We're gonna tough it out, and I'm so glad I did, because it has been such a good day so far. But I will always update you guys when I get home. But not too much is going on because I'm by myself and just on a little island, so not much to show, but it has been a good day. This will probably be my last update until we get home, but haven't sold any art at this show, which was kind of disappointing because we're right beside an art show, so I figured some of the traffic would linger or come from the art show, but hey, that is okay. You never know what's gonna happen. This one did get some love, the new diamond, and showing you the gold piece one more time. But this will be my last update until I get home. My podium's looking like a mess. I'm ready to pack up. So glad we did not get any rain though. Very, very thankful. Hello friends, it has been a minute, but I am here to finally recap the Mount Gretna Craft Show. This, like I said, was the first time doing this show, and you just never know what to expect or what you're gonna get when you go to a new show, and that's part of the trial and error of just really testing out what shows work for you and work for your business. But honestly, this was a pretty good show for me, and I will definitely go back. So here's just a little bit of the stats and what I made at this show. So I had 50 total sales, which is honestly pretty average for what I would do at a 2-day show. But my average dollar sales transaction was a lot higher than usual. It was $41.93. And with that, I did end up hitting my daily minimum for a show. Normally that's kind of my benchmark of if I would decide to go back to a show or not. So I will definitely go back to this one. And as far as a breakdown for what I sold there, I sold 0 art pieces, so no big pieces or no mosaics, which is totally fine. As I start getting into the fall months, my stuff does really change to be more crafty and not as much art. But I was a little surprised, to be honest, because this was right across from a very big, very high-end art show. So I was expecting to sell some art pieces there. But hey, I still did okay. I still did well. So I'm very happy with what I made there. Alright, I had to grab my computer to get the pie chart numbers, but I'm going to throw it up over here so you can see the categories of what I sold. And like I said, 0 mosaics or art pieces for this show, but 56.5% of my sales came from holiday. I sold a ton of fall at this show, which like I said is great because it's August, I'm ready for fall, and it seems like the customers are too. My next biggest category was my general home signs. So these are all my mini wood signs, my carved signs that could go all year round, and things that just live on my website all year. And that was 22.8% of my sales. The next highest was earrings and accessories. Pretty self-explanatory. They're my earrings, they're my hats, they're my totes. And oh, I throw magnets in there too, which magnets can make up a big part of my sales. And that was 13.4% of my total weekend. And last but not least was stickers and prints, coming in at 7.3% of my sales for the weekend. I actually forgot my sticker holder for this event. So this actually all came from just prints. Didn't sell any stickers because I couldn't put them out, but this could have been higher. I guess normally stickers and prints are not a big portion of my sales. If it is, it's rare. And I am always appreciative when people pick up prints. So it's more of an add-on for me. Not surprising that it came in at the last spot. But like I said, I'm very happy to see holiday is there, which means my mindset of flipping to more crafty holiday centric things is probably correct at this point of the year, and we're just going to continue to ride that train throughout the rest of show season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this little sneak peek into the weekend, and I'm so glad it didn't rain. We ended up having a beautiful day on Sunday, and I'll definitely be back next year. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for having another show weekend with me. Bye!